Morning, all. This is our second webcast. Apologies, it hasn't been as regular as promised, but we've certainly been really busy. A lot of field work up in the Gascoyne and at our Murchison Gold project. So today's webcast is to update you on both those projects. Disclaimer: the information provided is based on previous announcements, so we're not giving you anything you shouldn't receive, and it's all been reviewed by a competent person. So, firstly, there's been a number of questions, or certainly were a number of questions regarding our heritage surveys up at Wabli Creek, high-grade niobium rare earth project in the Gascoyne. Um, I guess I wasn't able to provide any further information other than, inspect prospective dates, as the Wadgery people were undergoing some internal changes and really exciting for them. They've gone and are managing themselves through the Barangara Aboriginal Corporation, which is great. We're working with them, and this was our first survey, which was really positive, successful, I think from both parties' viewpoint. So that was completed a few weeks ago. I was up there myself, working and walking and learning with the guys from Barangara, Charles Snowball Jr. and his family who speak for this area. So if we look at the figure here, you can see the green hashed area that has been cleared for ground disturbing works, including drilling. And then the red is a not cleared area. And that's a creek line. That's the Wabli Creek that comes off the Gascoyne. And these couple of areas are big granite domes. So we respect the wishes of the Wadgery, and we'll steer clear of those areas. When we do go into this area, we will walk with and have monitors, traditional owner monitors that proceed with us to clear road access and provide drill pads, etc. So it's a real milestone to kick off that project. The other question around the heritage survey has been, we haven't overlaid that previous map and this one, but effectively 95% of these targets and this main margin area where we're seeing these alkaline intrusives and pegmatites and these associated dikes that are all potentially mineralized. Certainly, we've got mineralization in this zone here, and the aim was to assess these geophysical targets, their interaction with the geochemical targets, and that was what we did the week before last. So there was a detailed mapping and sampling program that we got across to the majority of these areas. You'll see not all of these targets were sampled, and that's because there was either no outcrop or, there's a certain amount of cover. So we couldn't actually see anything to sample, and we have already taken soil samples across this area, which led to these targets in the first place. So as I said, and you can see from the dot points here, there's a number of different types of alkali igneous rock. It's a complex geology, and that's what makes it exciting. It's great having geologists who are excited about an area, and that gives an indication. So we do have multiple intrusive dikes, pegmatites, and other alkaline igneous features or intrusions which have the potential to host more niobium and certainly rare earths. So once we get these results in, which is expected middle of the month, that'll give us another decision point and really the final decision point before we make the move towards a maiden drilling program out here. The other, and there's a bit of a roadmap here, so it all explains it. It's a great photo with us and the boys there after the survey. So we can see lab results expected mid-September, and we're planning for a maiden drill program October, November. We've got a tie-in also with the pastoralist who's just commencing his annual muster, and that's their biggest and most important time of the year. So we always work in with Matt and Linda and make sure that what we're doing isn't going to hinder their operations. The other project I want to mention just briefly, and we haven't put out maps and bits and pieces like that, but since the end of last year, in fact, we've had, or even the third quarter last year, we've had an external consultant or a couple of different consultants, engineers and resource geologists have a look at the historical data at our Murchison Paynes Fine Gold project. So they've gone through the inferred gold resource, which currently sits at 1 million tonnes, 3.2 grams per tonne for 105,000 ounces gold. So they've confirmed that one. And we've also identified a satellite pit to the south of the main resource that isn't part of the inferred resource that we will be looking further at and hopefully be able to announce something soon. It is old historical drilling, shows there's gold there, but we need QA/QC data and bits and pieces to meet JORC compliance. So in order to do that, we're looking at some met testing, some infill drilling, which will be occurring throughout the next several months, basically. And that this work has basically enabled us to explore partnership options. So talking to a couple of different groups who specialise in looking at these types of deposits to come in with their machinery, capital, and split a profit arrangement. We've also, thinking a bit outside the box and how else we can do this to maximise monetary value for our shareholders. But certainly this is, and I've been talking about this for a little while now, this is a really great opportunity for organic growth for the company. Clearly, gold is at a really high price, and we know we've got a gold resource there, so it's not greenfields exploration. This is on the pathway to development and revenue. So obviously we're pursuing that, but there's a number of different boxes we've got to tick. We've got to work through approvals and legals and such as mining proposals, get an expanded mining license. So these things take time. So we're looking at several months before we'd get in there. But this is all the type of information that will come out and have great news flow throughout the second half of the year. So as stated from the beginning of the year, these are the two projects that we've been focusing on this year. Delta Lithium have continued with our Morrissey Hill project. We hope to get some updates from them in due course, but we're comfortable with where that's at. They're out there spending money on the ground through soil programs and rock chips, which they're working through internally. And so we'll see how that pans out. But that's been fantastic to partner with Delta on that project as well. So there we have it. Second webcast. I will keep these coming. I'm getting used to the tech, so the next one shouldn't be as long as this one. Keep your questions coming. You can send them through via the Reach website. Thanks for listening and chat soon.